Halo, perkenalkan nama saya Emilia Duputri dengan NPM 2141194.
Taxes are the lifeblood of any nation. They provide the essential funds for governments to build infrastructure, provide public services like healthcare and education, and support the well-being of their citizens. A well-structured tax system is crucial for a country's economic growth and development. In Indonesia, a developing nation with Southeast Asia's largest economy, tax reform has become an increasingly important topic. Reforming the tax system is not just about increasing revenue. It's about creating a fairer, more efficient, and transparent system that benefits all Indonesians. A well-designed tax system can promote economic growth by encouraging investment, supporting businesses, and ensuring that everyone contributes their fair share. When taxes are perceived as unfair or overly burdensome, it can discourage investment, stifle entrepreneurship, and hinder economic progress. Therefore, Indonesia's tax reform efforts are not merely about collecting more taxes, but about creating a system that is conducive to sustainable and inclusive growth. Indonesia's current tax system faces a number of challenges that hinder its effectiveness and fairness. One of the most pressing issues is the low tax-to-GDP ratio, which is significantly lower than other countries with similar income levels. This low ratio suggests that Indonesia is not collecting enough tax revenue relative to the size of its economy, limiting its ability to fund essential public services and investments. Several factors contribute to this low tax collection rate. A complex and often burdensome tax code, coupled with a lack of clarity in some regulations, can make it difficult for taxpayers, especially small businesses, to understand their obligations and comply with the law. This complexity creates opportunities for tax avoidance and evasion, further eroding the tax base. Another significant challenge is the issue of tax compliance. Indonesia faces a persistent problem of tax evasion, particularly among wealthy individuals and corporations. This lack of compliance not only deprives the government of much-needed revenue, but also undermines the fairness and integrity of the entire tax system. When some taxpayers evade their obligations, it places a disproportionate burden on those who comply, creating a sense of injustice and undermining trust in the system. The inefficiencies and inequities within Indonesia's tax system are not merely theoretical concerns, they have real-world consequences for the country and its citizens. One of the most visible consequences is the underfunding of crucial public services. The lack of adequate tax revenue limits the government's ability to invest in education, healthcare, infrastructure, and social safety nets, hindering Indonesia's development progress. The inadequate funding for education, for instance, results in overcrowded classrooms, a shortage of qualified teachers, and limited access to quality learning materials, particularly in rural and disadvantaged areas. This lack of investment in human capital can have long-term consequences for Indonesia's economic competitiveness and the earning potential of its citizens. Similarly, the healthcare system suffers from underfunding, leading to a shortage of hospitals, clinics, and medical professionals, especially in remote areas. This lack of access to quality healthcare services disproportionately affects low-income families, perpetuating a cycle of poverty and poor health outcomes. Furthermore, the lack of investment in infrastructure such as roads, bridges, ports, and airports hinders economic activity and connectivity. Poor infrastructure increases transportation costs, limits access to markets, and discourages investment, particularly in remote and underdeveloped regions. This lack of infrastructure development widens the gap between urban and rural areas, perpetuating regional disparities. Section 4. Proposed reforms, a new direction. The Indonesian government has embarked on reforms for a fairer, more efficient, and transparent tax system. These measures aim to broaden the tax base, improve compliance, and simplify the tax code. A key pillar is the digitalization of tax administration. Technology investments streamline tax processes, making it easier for taxpayers. Measures include strengthening tax audits and improving data analytics. Enhanced cooperation with other agencies ensures robust tax enforcement. The government aims to reduce income inequality through tax policy adjustments. Higher earners will pay a larger proportion of their income in taxes. Section 5. Potential benefits and drawbacks of these reforms. The proposed tax reforms in Indonesia could bring significant benefits by broadening the tax base and improving compliance. This can generate revenue for essential public services and infrastructure projects. Increased revenue can improve education, healthcare, and transportation. A transparent tax system can reduce bureaucracy and corruption, fostering a better business environment. This can attract foreign investment, stimulate entrepreneurship, and create jobs. However, tax reforms can also present challenges, causing short-term uncertainty. Clear communication and support during the transition are crucial. Balancing equity and economic efficiency is essential for successful tax reforms.